Hi friends, Philip here, Martini Whisperer. Let's get dirty, shall we, and talk about olive garnish just for the next couple of minutes. So this came up as a result of an Instagram post I did this week, and the question was, how do I make my super duper olive brine? But before I get to that, some things to note. Now, there are olives and there are olives. There are stuffed green olives. We've got old-fashioned pimento. I know my American friends love these and they're a classic look and delicious, but I'm sorry to say, except in certain situations, time and places, they're not my first choice. Why? Because an olive is there to add some flavour but not dominate. So we're not talking blue cheese stuffed olives, and that's a whole different story, or anchovy stuffed or almond stuffed. I know they're delicious and fun, but I'm just going to be a purist right here and now for you guys. So yes, there are pimento, and if you love them, enjoy them, by all means dive in, but they go there. My starting point is usually these, not this particular brand, but whole Sicilian green olives. Why? They've got nice generous flavours, and equally importantly, it's the brine they come in. So what you don't want is this. So you can go to a deli and get some green olives, but you've got to be very, very careful that, see how oily that is? These are Kalamala olives, so they clearly have no place in a martini, but if you're not getting the right one, that can really ruin your day. I've had an accident once where I bought a nice pack of green Sicilian olives and it came in this very rich, oily brine, and that was just a disaster. So be very careful about the brine you want. You don't want this olive oil palaver. No, you do not. Go away, bad olives. So yes, whole green olives, but you can also have pitted and unpitted. Equally good. I tend to prefer pitted myself. Why? Because the flavours there, again, what you're after is some subtle savoury notes from your garnish, and also the aesthetics have to be great too. They've got to be round and green and plump and beautiful, and these are quite nice shape and nice size, and going to sit very well nicely in the glass. So aesthetics come into play. So this is my magic little stash here, and this lives in my fridge, and it has several kinds of olives in different sizes, just for different occasions. I know I really should get out more, but this is my little baby. So they're a mix of pitted and unpitted Sicilians, and if you're like, pick me, who's going to be the lucky one each night? Or 2 or 3. And remember friends, always an odd number in your martini, so 1 or 3 is the golden rule. And I also like to serve a little dish on the side, especially if you've got company. So if they finish their cocktail and then decide to chow down on these lovely olives, then they've got somewhere to put their pip as well. All right, so let's talk about brine then. So you can use, so this brine I know and brands like it, it's not oily, it's quite neutral, and you use that as your starting point basically. But that's about half what goes into here. Then here's a hint, vermouth, dry vermouth. Oops, dry vermouth, I like Nonny Pratt because it's got nice and savoury flavours, nice and rich. That goes in here as well. I can also put in, dare I say it, a bit of gin, not a lot. So in terms of mix, you're probably looking at about 8 parts brine, and there can be different types of brine for different flavours. 2 parts dry vermouth, and 1 part or half a part, a little bit of gin, just to say. Again, you don't want these to get boozy, but I'll come back to the reason why the brine's important in a second. There are, of course, lots of other sort of dry vermouths. There's an Australian one, Martini, which is very aromatic. If you were to use this, you put a little dash of that. Not a lot, it's quite dominant. It's beautiful stuff, but it's quite dominant. So, and the other thing I put in here is a couple of slices usually of lemon peel. I change that every week to just after it's actually taken them out, but put a fresh low in, and then cut through some of the oiliness and adds some bright citrus notes, just very subtle to the mix. So that's what it is, and that's and the different olives, of course, will actually add a bit of different flavors as well. So we can't do taste division, but you'll see here in the color, even allowing for the spoon, it's not oily, it's quite clear, but it has some really nice depth of flavor too, is what I'm after. Which brings us to Super Dirty Martini. Now that's a subject for another video, which I'll do in the near future. There is one on my website, an article about a Dirty Martini with a little video about it if you want to see it. But the pro tip is this in short. when I make my dirty martinis, you're making, of course, with a pretty generous dose of some dry vermouth to start with, maybe even a 1-to-4 kind of ratio to gin or vodka. And then I'm going to be building my cocktail with at least, as a starting point, this is why you need to taste your brine before you make your cocktail to know what the intensity of flavour profile is going to be. But say we start at 5, I'm going to add my vermouth and my gin into that. I'll stir it, I'll have a taste, and when it's still not right, still not where I want it to be, I'll keep adding, stir, taste, add, until I get it to where I want it to be. Because obviously it's easy to add, you can't take away. And that way you get a nice brine, but that's why the brine is really, really important. Again, you don't want the horrible oily stuff, you want nice clear stuff. So, hope that's interesting to you. Thanks for tuning in. As always, remember to like and subscribe, and I'm going to keep doing these pretty frequently, little how-to clips. All right, drink well. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.